What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video / podcast of the Dynasty Dweebs. Thank you all for tuning in. It's just going to be me solo today. A little weird. Never done this before by myself. But you got to do what you got to do. So, today I'm just going to be going over some polls we've been doing on Twitter. I post a morning poll every single morning. Get you guys to vote, a little interaction, see what you guys are thinking about, see where we're at with certain players. It's always good to see how a player matches up head-to-head to another guy. So, let's get right into it. So, today I posted Tyler Lockett versus DK Metcalf. There's 69 votes right now, and Tyler Lockett is winning 55% to 45%. Not too shabby. I agree with this. I think DK Metcalf is a little more overhyped. He's not proven. Like, Tyler Lockett has a big ability. He's big boom guy. He makes some downfield plays. I think he's more talented than DK Metcalf, especially right now. 1 second. Turn off low power mode. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I think Tyler Lockett is still the number one guy on this team for now. But maybe in the next 2 to 3 years, we see DK Metcalf break out to be the number one guy. I do like DK Metcalf as a red zone guy more than Tyler Lockett just because of the size. But I also think that a lot's going to change when Will Disley comes back to the Seahawks. Okay, next poll. Who had more touchdowns this year, Aaron Jones or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs won this 65% to 35%, 102 votes, rightfully so. With A.J. Dillon being signed to this team, a rookie that the Packers drafted, I think that he could steal some of the touches. I mean, the guy's a fucking huge-ass tank. Okay, there's no way that this guy's not going to steal some touchdowns. They drafted him for a reason. And then, Josh Jacobs, he had a great season last year. He fought through some injuries here and there. I think that he gets a lot more receiving work. He's going to have a beast year, man. All right, next poll. I really was interested by this one. We had who had more receiving yards this year, Austin Hooper or Hayden Hearse? Hayden Hearse blew Austin Hooper out of the water, 91 votes. Hayden Hearse, 62% to 38%. Well, okay, so here's my problem with this. I agree with how the votes turned out, but why is everyone sleeping on Hooper just because he's on the Browns now? Is it because it's Njoku and they just think that Hearse is going to do exactly what Hooper did in the Falcons offense? Or is it more just the fact – is it just the fact that Hooper's on the Browns now? Is that not enough for you guys that it's not a better offense? People think that the Falcons offense is way better. So I'm really excited for Hayden Hearse this year. I see him as a tight end 1. He's going to finish top 10 tight end this year. No doubt in my fucking mind. All right. Who would you rather have in a Dynasty League, Sonny Michel or Kerryon Johnson? Really, really close poll. A lot of votes on this one. 446 votes. I mean, that might not be a lot, to what you guys think. But that's a lot for our channel right now. Kerryon Johnson ended up winning 51% to 49%. This is very interesting to me because of the DeAndre Swift draft pick by the Lions. I don't know how this is going to go between Kerryon and DeAndre Swift. I do think that Kerryon deserves to be the head guy in this offense to start. I'll give the man one more chance. I mean, come on, he's a talented guy. He just gets banged up a lot. And, I don't know what the deal is with Sonny Michel. I know he just had surgery on his foot, and I didn't look into that too much. And they still have James White and Rexy Burkhead. But, see, these guys are really close for me. They're RB2/RB3s. I think Kerryon has way more upside for me just because I know this Lions offense, and I think that's a 50-50 split. And the Patriots, man, I mean, if it's going to be Stedham, Stedham as quarterback, I don't know about the offense. I don't know about Sonny Michel being utilized in the red zone because they might be getting in the red zone. They might be all the James White show because they're playing from behind. Not too much to say on that. I think it's a close take. I think that they're in the same tier, and that's why we're so close. Okay, morning poll. Who will get a playoff win first? Matt Stafford or Lamar Jackson? Sorry, my voice is fucked. I was screaming a lot the last week, and I lost my voice. Matt Stafford versus Lamar Jackson will get a playoff win first. Matty Stafford got fucking killed. 83% for Lamar. Only 17% for my boy Matty Stafford. I don't understand. I don't understand why you think that Lamar Jackson's going to get the playoff. I mean, I get it. You think that the Ravens are overpowered, their elite offense. But come on, man. Matt Stafford didn't miss like half the season last year. The team is coming together. They have Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones, Danny Amendola, T.J. Hawkinson, DeAndre Swift, Kerryon Johnson, Matt Stafford. I know the defense is shaky, the line's a little shaky, but come on, man. They can win. This division is wide open for the Lions to get to the playoffs. Like the Bears are not good. The Packers are overrated. They got obliterated by the 49ers last year, man. Come on. And then the Vikings, we don't know what the Vikings are going to do, what they're going to be this year. They haven't even gotten Dalvin Cook on the deal. They lost Stephon Diggs. Okay, we'll see what they do with Justin Jefferson. We'll see. And I don't know. I don't know about the Ravens, man. I really don't know. I really expected them to be the Titans last year. And that, for me, then watching them lose that game, that was it's just sitting in your stomach, man. It's like, wow. They played out of their mind the whole season, and then they just flop in the playoffs like that. Like, come on, man. You can't be doing that in the playoffs. You got to finish. It's ridiculous. I think that Matt Stafford, I understand. I completely agree that Lamar Jackson wins the poll, but I don't think you can get Matt Stafford 17%. Lamar's a great fantasy guy, and I don't want to shit on Lamar. I know this is a super hot take, but I mean, come on. You got to give Matt Stafford a chance. He's due. He's going to win a playoff game before he retires. I guarantee it. All right. Who had more touchdowns this year, James Conner or Melvin Gordon? Another close poll. Melvin Gordon won this one. I agree with this. I think Melvin Gordon has way more upside than James Conner this year just because of the injury of James Conner. And if we want to put injury aside, I just don't know about the Steelers' offense this year. I really like the Broncos. I think that Melvin Gordon's going to get a lot of red zone opportunities with this team. One second. Sorry about that. My brother was calling me. Okay. So, next poll we have, who had more touchdowns, Kenny Galladay or Julio Jones? Sorry about that. Julio Jones or Kenny Galladay, who have more touchdowns? Kenny Galladay 65% to Julio to 35%. Very, very interesting poll. This says a lot to me of what people think about Kenny Galladay, man. I think Julio wins this easily this year. Not a doubt in my mind, but I really do think that Julio Jones is going to outscore Kenny Galladay in touchdowns. I know this is because Julio is not the biggest touchdown guy; he's a yards guy. He's always had trouble finding the end zone. That's why people get pissed off by Julio Jones. I don't really get all the hate towards him. Maybe it's just because he's still a great fantasy player to have on your team, but I think Julio wins it this year. I think Julio's going to have more touchdowns than Kenny Galladay. All right, boys, on to the next poll. We have, I just passed it. Okay, who have more touchdowns, Austin Ekeler or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs won this 72% to 28% for Austin Ekeler, 100 votes. Wow, this is crazy. Is it? I'm gonna go ahead and assume a lot of you guys are saying this because Austin Ekeler is having Tyrod as his quarterback, and maybe Justin Herbert will fill in once the Chargers feel comfortable doing so. I think this is kind of absurd. I think it's be really close. This should have been a 50-50 split. Who will throw for more touchdowns this year, Big Ben or Baker Mayfield? Now, no need to talk about this. Fuck you, Baker Mayfield. Big Ben is going to score more touchdowns than you this year. Okay, Allen Robinson, Stephon Diggs. Who would you rather have in a Dynasty League? Allen Robinson destroyed Stephon Diggs, 77% to 23%. Blows my mind. Why? Why is Allen Robinson destroying Stephon Diggs? Why do you hate Josh Allen? Do you think that Stephon Diggs is not the number one guy on this team anymore? I mean, do you think Stephon Diggs is not going to be the number one team on the Bills? It's going to be John Brown? I don't know about that. I think that Stephon Diggs is the number one guy on this team now, and John Brown is more of a number two. And Allen Robinson is on a shaky quarterback. We don't know what's Nick Foles or Trubisky, but it's going to be Foles. That's what I think. All right. Who would you rather have in a dynasty league, Terry McLaurin or Marquise Brown? I chose Marquise Brown. I like Hollywood Brown a lot more just because of Lamar. Terry McLaurin, he's a great player. I just worry about Haskins. Let's see. Okay. No, I have a lot of Josh Jacobs pulls. So I saw it was so about 2 weeks ago, Miles Sanders, I was just popping on my feed all the time. I was okay. Let's see how Miles Sanders compares to Josh Jacobs. Who is better? Who are people going to go for more? Josh Jacobs won this 57% for Josh Jacobs, 43% of votes for Miles Sanders. And I think that this is correct. I think that you can't trust the Eagles running backs, man. They're always in a committee backfield, and they're probably going to end up signing someone else to this team. All right. Who will have more passing touchdowns, Drew Locke or Teddy Bridgewater? Drew Locke won 60% to 40%. Great job, boys. Always vote for Drew Locke, no matter who it's against. All right, we're going to do a couple more. Who had more touchdowns this year, Jordan Howard or Sonny Michel? 60% for Big Sonny, 40%. I only had 10 votes on this, so don't pay attention too much. 40% for Jordan Howard. I think Jordan Howard outscores Sonny Michel this year in touchdowns. Who would you rather have in a dynasty league? Mike Williams, 68%. Curtis Samuel, 32%. I agree with this. I think Mike Williams is going to have a better season than Curtis Samuel. I would rather have him dynasty. Who would you rather have in a dynasty league? Hayden Hearse or Hunter Henry? Hunter Henry winning 62% to 38%. No, man. This should be Hayden Hearse all day, I think. Hayden Hearse the upside is insane. He's a tight end one. I understand Hunter Henry is too, but this is what we're going to say. Well, they got Justin Herbert, and he's going to be using the tight end a lot. No, bro. Come on. Hayden Hurst. Who would you rather have in Dynasty League, Drew Locke or Daniel Jones? Daniel Jones won 60% to 40% for Drew Locke. Very disappointing, you boys. This would be Drew Locke. Every time. All right, we'll do two more. Morning poll. Who will have more receptions this year, DJ Moore or Kenny Galladay? So, this was kind of obvious. Kenny Galladay really didn't have too many receptions last year, really, compared to, like DJ Moore is more reception guy, Kenny Galladay, big touchdown guy. So this is right. It was decently close. All right, so here's we're on this one. This is a good one, so we're going on this one. Who will have more rushing yards, Nick Chubb or Joe Mixon? So here's the problem, right? So Nick Chubb is the better back, I think. I mean, I can't say that for certain, but I think he is the better back. But he has Kareem Hunt behind him also on this team, and that seems to be the biggest bug for people when we talk about Nick Chubb. And then the problem with Joe Mixon is the team around him, the line has been shit, So that's the problem with Joe Mixon is the line. So this is what you got to think. For rushing, we're not talking who would you rather have in a dynasty. We're saying rushing yards for next year. So do you think it's going to be the guy that has no competition, which is Joe Mixon, as a third down with no third down back guy, except for really Gio Bernard, who fills in for a rest when Joe needs a rest? Or is it going to be Nick Chubb, the guy that gives up second and third downs here and there to Kareem Hunt? I think it's Joe Mixon. I think Joe Burrow is going to get the job done in Cincinnati this year. I think he's going to have a great season his first year. I'm more of a Tua guy than Joe Burrow guy for fantasy aspects, but I think Joe Burrow is going to be able to have a really good first season. All right, everybody. Not too much of a video today. Just wanted to get you guys some content out. Wanted to just go over these polls. You guys can see my reaction. I'm the one. I make the polls every day, so I hope it's interesting for you guys to see, how I feel about how the polls are going. So yeah. You're going to remember, I'll put the Twitter down below if you want to see more of the polls. Make sure you follow that. It's we get most of our actions through there. We're gonna remember on YouTube we're posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, and we're going to continue doing so. Please like and subscribe, and peace.